In the history of football, there are positions and there are rules. Defenders defend, strikers score, and goalkeepers, they stay in the box. They protect the line. They are the last resort, the safety net that catches you when you fall. But on June 30th, 2014, one man decided that the rules didn't apply to him. He decided that the penalty box was a prison he refused to stay in. What Manuel Neuer did against Algeria wasn't just a great performance. It was a tactical mutiny. It was dangerous. It was terrifying. And quite frankly, it should have been illegal. Most goalkeepers try to save the game. That night, Manuel Neuer tried to play the game. And in doing so, he didn't just keep Germany in the World Cup. He broke the psychological reality of what a goalkeeper is supposed to be. To understand why this match is the most significant goalkeeping performance of the 21st century, we have to understand the context. This was the round of 16, the knockout stages. One mistake, and 4 years of preparation burned to the ground. Germany walked into this match as heavy favorites. They were the machine. They had destroyed Portugal. They were disciplined. But they had a fatal flaw that nobody was talking about until kickoff. Joachim Low had set up his team to suffocate Algeria. He pushed his defensive line up to the halfway line. He wanted to camp in Algeria's half. But there was a problem. His center backs, Per Mertesacker and Jerome Boateng, were playing on a slick, wet pitch against Algerian attackers who possessed blistering, track-star speed. It was a tactical suicide note. Every time Germany lost the ball, Algeria simply kicked it long over the top. It was a foot race that the German defenders were destined to lose, every single time. By all logical metrics, Germany should have conceded 3 goals in the first hour. They should have been humiliated. They should have gone home. But they didn't, because they were playing with a cheat code. They were playing with a man who decided that if his defenders were too slow, he would just have to become a defender himself. Before we dissect the madness, a quick question for the keepers watching. What is the furthest you've ever come out of your line? In a real match? Did you regret it? Let me know in the comments. The term sweeper-keeper gets thrown around a lot these days. We see Ederson doing it at City, or Alisson at Liverpool. We've become desensitized to it. But in 2014, this was not normal. This was alien behavior. Historically, the libero or sweeper was a defender. Think Franz Beckenbauer, a player who sat behind the defensive line to clean up the mess. But Germany didn't play with a libero. They played with a flat back four. Neuer realized something crucial in the first 10 minutes of this game. He realized that his teammates couldn't handle the space behind them. He did the math. If he stayed on his line, Slimani would get one-on-one chances. If he stayed on his line, Germany dies. So he made a decision that would give any goalkeeping coach a heart attack. He decided to play as the 11th outfield player. This wasn't arrogance. This was necessity. It was a high-wire act with no safety net. If Neuer mistimes a run by a fraction of a second, it's a red card. It's a goal. It's national disgrace. He is risking his entire career on his ability to read the game faster than the people actually running with the ball. Throughout the match, Neuer touched the ball 59 times. 21 of those touches were outside the penalty area. Let that sink in. In a World Cup knockout game, the goalkeeper was effectively playing as a center back for a third of his involvements. The madness started early. In the 9th minute, a long ball catches the German defense sleeping. Islam Slimani breaks down the right wing. He has acres of space. Manuel Neuer doesn't just leave his box. He leaves the central channel entirely. He sprints out to the corner flag area. Look at this slide tackle. If he misses the ball and hits the man, he's off. Germany plays with 10 men for 80 minutes. But he slides with the precision of a world-class fullback. He blocks the shot. The ball deflects out for a throw-in, and he jogs back to his goal, as if he just picked up a newspaper. The crowd in Porto Alegre didn't know how to react. You could hear a strange murmur in the stadium audio, a mix of confusion and adrenaline. Minutes later, it happens again. Algeria plays a ball through the middle. Mertesacker is beaten. Neuer is already 30 yards out, heading the ball away, before the striker can even settle it. The Algerian forwards, Slimani and Feghali, started looking confused. Imagine the psychological toll. You beat the defense. You look up expecting a one-on-one with the keeper, and suddenly the keeper is standing right in front of you, tackling you before you even reach the box. It breaks your brain. It makes you feel like the pitch is shrinking. This is what I call the Neuer effect. He wasn't just stopping the ball. He was stopping the idea of the counterattack. He was telling Algeria, there is no space behind my defense. The space belongs to me. As the game dragged into the second half, the tension morphed into dread. Germany was pushing harder for a goal, which meant their defensive line was even higher. The risk was becoming astronomical. And then, the 72nd minute. This is the moment that defines the performance. A clearance from Algeria turns into a through ball. Neuer sees it. He knows he has to go. But the ball bounces weirdly. He rushes out, outside the box, and realizes he can't use his hands. He can't slide because the striker is too close. So what does he do? He heads the ball, a diving header, outside his own box, to clear the danger. But watch what happens next. Most keepers would head the ball and sprint back to the safety of the line in a panic. Neuer heads the ball to his teammate, and then stays there. He offers a passing option. He effectively starts the counterattack for Germany. For a few seconds, Germany had 11 outfield players. The audacity of this movement is hard to overstate. In the World Cup, where players are usually paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake, Neuer was playing with the freedom of a kid in the park. By the 80th minute, it became almost comical. Every time Algeria launched a ball, the camera would pan, and Neuer would already be there. He was demoralizing them. He was everywhere. Stats don't usually tell the story of a goalkeeper. But look at this. Distance covered. Neuer covered nearly 5.5 kilometers in this match. That is a stat for a lazy striker, not a goalkeeper. He wasn't standing. He was patrolling. Mertesacker is breathing heavy. The game goes to extra time. But something had changed in the air. By the time the whistle blew for 90 minutes, Neuer had done something more damaging than any save. He had infected Algeria with doubt. In the first half, when Algeria got the ball, they sprinted. In extra time, they hesitated. They looked up, saw the German defensive line, and then looked further back, and saw Neuer standing near the center circle. It creates a cognitive dissonance. It's psychological warfare. If a striker knows he has to beat for defenders and a goalkeeper who tackles like a linebacker, he starts to force things. He shoots too early. He passes when he should dribble. Neuer shrank the pitch. He took away the one advantage Algeria had, the open space. He simply erased it from the map. 2 minutes into extra time, the dam finally broke. Andre Schürrle scored with a cheeky back heel. Germany led 1-0. But here is the critical part that most highlight reels miss. Germany could only sustain that pressure. They could only keep Algeria pinned back, deep enough to create that goal, because they weren't afraid of the counterattack anymore. They knew the ball-playing goalkeeper was behind them. Neuer's insanity allowed Germany to take the risks required to win. Mesut Ozil added a second in the 119th minute to seal it. Algeria grabbed a consolation goal in the dying seconds, but the story was already written. The scoreboard said 2-1 Germany. But the heat map told a different story. Germany went on to win the World Cup that year. They beat France. They humiliated Brazil 7-1. And they edged out Argentina in the final. But none of that happens without the round of 16. Without Manuel Neuer's performance against Algeria, Germany goes home early. Before this game, a goalkeeper was a specialist, a separate entity. After this game, the position changed forever. Every modern keeper, Ederson, Onana, Ter Stegen, is living in the world Manuel Neuer built that rainy night in Porto Alegre. He showed us that safety is an illusion. Sometimes, the safest place to be isn't in your box. It's out on the battlefield. Manuel Neuer didn't just save the game. He saved us from boring football. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel for more stories like. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.